fellow mortals, and welcome to Death, 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 the podcast about death, dying, and how it relates to us, the living. My name is Jordan, and as always, I am joined on my right by...
Jasmine Rayburn.
And...
Redneck Robert.
Redneck Robert today.
Hell yeah,
Why
brother.
redneck?
Well, it'll come into play later in the show.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
During the segment that I have specially prepared.
It's exciting.
All
Yes.
It's
right.
exciting.
What are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about pet deaths.
Yay!
Pet deaths.
Aww.
You know how at the end of every show we say we're all gonna die?
Yeah.
Accounts for boots and mittens
Mm-hmm.
and whatever people name fish.
Did you only name your pets after articles of clothing?
I don't want to talk
This
about
is-
my pets.
I was talking about this with another group of people today. Tactile names for pets. Like,
Tactile.
yeah, like fabrics
Oh, yeah.
or clothing items.
Oh, I see.
Very common.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ShamWow.
I named my
ShamWow.
favorite pet Pants.
Corduroy. That's a good one, right?
Corduroy is a
That is a
very
good pet name.
Yeah, right? I heard that one. I was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, like
Corduroy
a
is very
brown,
good.
like a poodle or something like that.
Sure, there's a fuck ton of poodles in this city.
I see
Yeah.
corduroy. I see as a labradoodle.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I could see that too.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys remember me freaking out?
About.
So
I mean, you have to be more specific. Jordan.
I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I dog walk kind of.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh, that freak out.
Casually.
Yes, I do remember that
yeah.
freak
So
out.
I went to a dog that I walk 3 days a week. So that's quite a lot.
Yeah,
We're tight.
more than
I've
I
been
walk
walking this
dogs
dog for a year,
in a year.
and she's almost 15. She's old as fuck.
She old.
How
She's-
old is that in dog years? I'm assuming you
I
don't
go
have this
much.
memorized.
No, she's old. She's fucking elderly. She's
700.
but she's like in good shape. She's like one of those old ladies with the water bottle that pass you on the public hiking trail.
Yeah.
She's in good shape. But I came in to walk her. Owner wasn't there. She's usually there because she works from home. Dog wasn't there. Both leashes are there. And the
Panic
collar is sitting there too. And I've never seen her without a collar.
And you see on the entryway table a bill for a
Yeah, I know.
dog-sized coffin.
Or just like a big box, like a wooden box.
That
Just
dog,
a box.
That dog is
No,
83.
I was
Wow.
calling and calling, and I was like, oh, maybe she doesn't hear me. She's pretty deaf.
Yeah.
And then I called the owner, and then I called the owner again, and then called the owner a third time, and was texting, wasn't hearing anything back.
And that's when you gave up.
I sat there for 20 minutes waiting to hear back, totally freaking out. She comes back in. She was just across the hall. She's dating someone in her building.
Cute.
Yeah, super
Ooh la
cute,
la.
except for
How
that
old
she
is
had
the
her.
owner?
Pardon me?
How old's the owner?
She's like in her 50s, early 50s maybe. She's like an adult woman,
Nice.
and she's very responsible.
She's a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
And she don't need no man. But she has
But
one.
she has one.
She doesn't. She's
And-
a lesbian.
Oh, she has a woman.
and she's conveniently
Louis, please.
located in the building.
In the building. So she had the dog with her, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I kept you waiting. And I was like, I thought
the dog died.
thought Nala had died.
I thought you or the dog or both were dead.
Yeah, and I was like freaking out.
And I wasn't sure which of those situations to be more terrified.
I was so sure. So I messaged you guys right away because I was like, I feel like I'm about to have an encounter with death.
Yeah. It's like real kismet.
Whoops.
She's an old ass dog.
83.
Yeah. I definitely snuggled her a little bit more than normal after our very brisk walk with whatever time we had left. Yeah, it's like, and then it just kind of, you think about how attached people are to their pets. And how
And
attached
how
I am to
attached-
this pet that isn't even
Yeah.
mine.
How
Yeah.
attached Jasmine gets to other people's pets.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time with her. I
Yeah.
spend
How often do you
45
dog?
minutes with this dog 3 days a week at least.
That's a chunk of time.
She's my buddy. We hang out a lot. She's
Is that
very
the only
aloof.
dog you're dog walking now?
No, I walk one more. The rest I got rid of because I just I
You
need
killed
to,
them,
like,
you mean?
I need to live.
Throttled them.
You
No.
you tied them to cement
Two of
blocks
them
and threw them
moved.
in the ocean?
You just use a bag, dude. Come
Oh,
on.
you're right.
Cement takes so long to cure.
It really isn't efficient.
It's not efficient. You want to kill a lot of dogs real quick.
You want to be efficient
Big
if
ol'
you're throwing
sack.
something in the ocean.
So if I can get that attached to a dog that doesn't belong to me and that I don't hang out with every day, imagine how attached the owner is to their 14-year-old dog that saw their kids grow and is still around.
It's been so long since I've had a pet. Like, I've lived with roommates that had cats.
Yeah.
And I always got like, I like cats. I liked hanging out with the cats, but I haven't had that like connection with an animal and like since I was in my early 20s, maybe.
Yeah.
Like a decade.
God, so special.
I mean, I guess if you're into that type of thing, love and affection.
Yeah,
and
it's just
loyalty.
unconditional warmth.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
Boo.
So Rob has 2 cats, right?
I do.
And what are their
Yes.
names?
Their names
Boots
are...
and Mittens.
Boots and Mittens. My cats' names are Sandor and Gregor. I named them after characters from the Game of Thrones novels.
Who's Sandor and
The
Clegane?
Cleganes.
I haven't read the books.
Oh, okay.
Are they only in the books? They're not in the show?
No, they're in the show, too. It's The Hound and the Mountain.
Oh.
Yeah, which is funny because one of my cats is named after a character whose nickname is
the Hound. I didn't know they had real names at all.
Yeah, Sandor and Gregor Clegane. I thought it was fitting because when I met them, my friend was fostering this whole litter, and she was like, I got these 2 cats left, like 2 brothers from the same litter, and they're always fighting, so no one wants to take them because like whenever they're separated, they're miserable, and whenever they're together, they're fighting. So I'm like, I'll take them. Fuck it.
Plus, the one has all those burn scars on its face.
Yeah, terrible. I gave those to him
After the name.
to make it official. But I tell everyone that
It was before.
it was Gregor that burned Sandor. No, but I call them Greg and Sandy. They're great. If they died, I don't know what I'd do. Mm-hmm. I'd probably move on, but it would take like,
Sure.
at least a couple hours.
At least
Couple
a
hours.
couple
If something happened to my cat, I would not be working that day.
No, I don't think
know?
I would either.
Like,
Yeah, that's a thing that
It would take at least
you
a
should
work
be able-
day.
yeah.
you could take a day off work if
Yeah.
your pet dies, right?
Maybe not a leave of absence.
No,
but,
I'm not gonna chunk into my bereavement time.
More time.
I just haven't processed this yet.
Which is horrible, but some people do feel.
Yeah, I get
Kind
if you're entitled to that.
Yeah.
I totally understand, but cats are such a different thing, I think, than dogs too.
Yeah, cats don't really need people the same. I feel
No.
more
Kind of
like I'm
attachment.
witnessing my cat than I am.
Witness me.
In a lot of
know,
ways, yeah. There's
like-
kind of like once a night, I'll get like one of the cats will be like, "Hey, dude, what's up? Can I sit in your lap for like 2 minutes and then fuck off and scream, like run around the house for 3 hours?"
Yeah.
Cool. Sight.
I've had some pretty affectionate cats and like roommates with
Yeah.
very affectionate cats. And
Yeah.
won't leave. If like I lived with one cat that every time you would sit on the couch, it would instantly, no matter where it was bolts from
Yeah.
wherever it was to run and jump on.
Greg will do that when I
Attention.
get into bed for the night.
Yeah.
As soon as I crawl into bed, he's like, "What's up? we cuddling now
Hey,
or
buddy.
what?" But then he's like gone by the time I actually settle in.
Mhm.
It's just kind of his ways. His
Louis
mysterious
is
cat
very,
ways.
very, very cuddly.
And Louis
Yes.
your cat.
Yes,
But
Louis
only
is.
really with you.
He's
And probably
actually
Adam.
he's like Adam's cat.
Yeah?
He loves Adam. Me, he sort of tolerates.
Right.
He won't fuck with me. He won't
you're the
bite
alpha.
me. I am king dick of this household.
Yeah,
Everybody
swinging
knows
king
it.
Dick.
Why'd you look at me when you said
You
that?
know it.
Yeah,
You
I
know
do
I
know
She
it.
wasn't
am.
sure if you knew it.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
I
wanted
knew
to
it.
make sure
I know it.
Everyone
I know
knows it.
I am fully aware.
That's how I assert
Ever
my
since you
dominance.
dangled me off of the balcony here.
Hard eye contact.
Yeah, flicking your neck around and
Yeah.
yeah, very intimidating.
Yeah.
I peed.
But he doesn't I don't think he loves me like he loves Adam.
Right.
He'll actually muscle me out of the way to cuddle Adam sometimes.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll fight his way into our cuddle. He
What a
gets jealous.
Cock block.
He's just kind of a cock block, yeah, gotta say. Adam was always like, "Oh, what if we get a cat and he's too cuddly?" It was so annoying, but it's his first kind of real pet that was his.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we got it for me to help me with my emotional troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Please, can we please get a cat?" And I begged him through teary eyes, and he gave in, and we got Louis, and Louis just vastly prefers him, like, for everything.
Isn't that always the way it goes?
Yeah.
So it's
Like
his
when your
kitty.
dad's like, "No, you can't get a cat," and then the dad is the best friend.
Yeah.
It's like all those memes.
Yeah, it's they're buddies, totally tight. And we kind of have this agreement that when we get a dog, he's not allowed to like feed the dog or give it treats
That's a little cruel, but I
or
understand.
play with the dog, like those can only come from me.
You
'Cause
cannot
it's gonna
play
be-
with this dog.
it's gonna
you will
be-
pay its vet bills.
Yeah.
I've
But you
heard.
may not play with it.
I don't know if this is true,
My
but
dog.
I've definitely heard that with dogs, generally, if like it's a boy dog, it will be more loyal to like a woman, and if it's a girl dog, it'll be more loyal to a man.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's
That feels
totally
false.
true, but I've heard that a couple times.
Well,
Weird.
my dad was very attached to our male retriever, Roscoe.
But how
He
did Roscoe
still
feel
mourns
about
his
your
death.
dad?
Loved him.
Okay.
But he brought him truck driving with him, and he was still a puppy.
Yeah, I think it's also
Right.
depends on how
So-
much time you spend
Which
with the
I'm
dog,
sure
right?
saved his
If you
life,
imprint.
honestly. So, yeah. Pets have a
Kept
huge...
him awake on the road when those caffeine pills weren't doing their
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, totally.
Is your dad still a truck driver?
No, he's a bus driver.
Oh, nice.
Way
Yeah,
different.
He's got
So different.
benefits now. And
Right.
Like it's city bus or? Nice.
Yeah, City
Doesn't
of Regina.
work.
We're
Doesn't
very,
work 36 hours straight.
as
you know,
far as I know.
all the
I know he
perks.
does work a lot.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a bus driver. Yeah, it's good perks.
Yeah, he's
And my-
been working a long time to get something like that.
Mom's husband is a truck driver,
Oh, it's a hard job. I used to work at like a truck stop,
especially long
5
haul.
a.m., and I would see all the truck drivers come in, and the shit that they would buy, I was like, they're gonna fucking die.
Mhm.
And then I left and came back, and the same guys were selling like packaged sandwiches and five-hour energies and cigarettes, and they just aged.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've.
and drugs too, guys. Let's
Yeah,
be real. There's,
sure.
There's a fuck ton of drugs.
I don't know
involved.
if I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but I did like road construction for a couple of summers, and it's the same kind of idea where you're on a highway somewhere working on something, so you're getting just so much crap from whatever gas station is close. And like
Yeah.
there was one guy that worked for the company for years that had diabetes and ended up getting like a foot amputated because he was just eating crap shit food from
Yeah.
whatever local diner or gas station food, and just pure sugar all the time.
Yeah.
Takes its toll.
Yeah, really fucking fast too. It's a
Takes
rough
a
job.
toll
So
on you.
in retrospect, I'm really grateful that my dad had like a buddy. He was a good dog.
Yeah.
And my dad still mourns that dog, and we all loved him.
When
He
did the
was a
dog
great
die?
I mean, I didn't know him.
He
so.
died when I.
Just saying, I feel disconnected.
it's okay.
Yeah,
Don't-
but you can kind of apply it to your own situation and
I
then
mean, I've been doing
make
enough
your own
mourning.
empathy.
Right. Empathy.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I think I'm trying to learn that word.
Yeah,
I-
trying to learn.
I'm not familiar.
No,
But we gotta learn.
We're working
We have
on
to
it.
learn though, Jordan.
yeah, it's not inherent.
It's not for us.
Fine.
It's for Jasmine.
He,
We owe her this much.
Roscoe died pretty young, actually, because
Oh,
it
that's
was
sad.
it was
Drugs.
his litter was bred by two people in a small town that were like, I have a gold retriever, you have a gold retriever. Let's make them fuck and sell the puppies. And their genes like totally like every dog in that litter died of cancer before 6, basically.
Yeah. And that voice you just did too, huh?
That's just what they were like.
That almost made me die at 6.
Yeah. That's what they were like.
We make your dog fuck my dog.
It was pretty much like that though, and then they all had like crazy health issues. So he didn't
I thought you were
live
gonna
to be
say
very
sex.
long. And
Oh.
those dogs all bred with each other. Maybe I don't know.
Probably. Dogs don't know. Dogs are stupid as shit.
Yeah, they'll fuck your sibling.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They'll fuck your
obviously.
sibling, Jordan.
I don't think people should be upset about dog incest. That's
No.
kind of like
No, I
low
find
on
it
the priority
disgusting,
list.
I
and
would
it should
say
be
so.
illegal.
It's disgusting.
It's about time we lock these dogs up that are fucking their brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, darn it.
I just wish I could go on Pornhub without
Step
My-
everything.
the step fantasy shit is getting out of control.
It's crazy. And
It's
also
getting
it's just
too
like
much.
stupid because it's not even included in any of the videos in any way.
No.
They just slap it on the title like I
So
don't-
people will click on it looking for that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just any time a porn star turns 30, it's like, you are now stepmom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stepmom now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, this
How-
is your career.
How depressing.
Last year you were daughter, now you're stepmom.
Now you are
Yeah.
stepmom.
Oh,
It is just the difference of 10 months.
Yeah.
yikes. So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. So Roscoe died of cancer.
Whoa.
He had a lot of tumors hanging from his neck.
That's
and
real
he was
rough.
a very sweet boy, and he rescued baby ducks and kittens and put them in his mouth and brought them to the house because he wanted to be a mommy, and he never lifted his leg to pee, and he was always very sweet, and we got him a puppy, and he was so happy, and then when he died, that puppy was so stressed out that she would chew on the walls
Oh,
because she was mourning him so badly.
one
Bad
of the
dog.
things that I learned.
Roscoe fucked up our family.
Yeah.
Like, we loved him
Bad
so
dog, how dare you die.
much. He was like our first family dog that we all got together. And then he was preceded by a corgi named Stubby, who lived to be 15.
Stubby.
Stubby was the
Love
bomb.
you, Stubby. Was he corgi?
Yeah, I was.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Stubbs.
How did I know?
Because
Old
I just
Stubbs.
said it.
Oh. So I wasn't listening very well.
No.
then.
But you were listening.
I was closing all
Somewhere in there.
the tabs on my Chrome browser. This
Yeah.
is too many. This is
We
eating
always
up some
had two
memory.
dogs at a time because the older dog would help train the younger dog.
Oh yeah.
So I'm quite desperate for a dog. I grew up with lots of dogs around.
You had them working dogs.
They did have jobs.
Yeah, working
Yeah.
dogs. They got jobs.
Bus driver, truck driver.
Yeah.
I told you
Bus
about.
driver and truck driver.
I told you about how Stubby would. Basically, small towns. If you don't know this, people don't really keep track of their dogs as well. Sometimes
Sure.
they just wander around, and that's fine.
They roam.
Yeah, but we would let Stubby roam, and then he would herd all the kids during recess.
Oh.
And the school would call and be like, "You have to come get your dog. He won't let the kids come in."
He's
Really?
hurting. He's
Yeah,
hurting
'cause
again.
every
and that,
time-
like breed?
Corgis are
they?
herding dogs.
Are they? I didn't
Yeah,
know
and
that.
they need a tremendous amount of exercise.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so every time some kid would try to step out of the circle that he created, he would nip their ankles.
Oh, God.
Yeah, people were constantly trying to get him put down. Even though he was like, he was just misunderstood.
You just don't get him like I do.
Yeah, he was just super sweetie. We used to say, Stubby, take us home, and he would just walk us home.
We had a family
So
friend
cute.
that had a sheepdog, and I was going over to their place. I don't know. I can't. I think my family was there or something, and they told me to go through the backyard. And I walked in, and the dog was in there, and it started chasing me around, and I was like a little kid,
Ooh.
and it
Yeah,
terrified
terrifying.
me. And I ran around like the yard in circles with this dog chasing me, yelling, and then everyone came out and laughed at me
Oh, no.
And,
But for the obvious reasons.
that I'm really atrociously ugly. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
I did say the obvious reasons.
Yeah, no, and then like for years I was terrified of dogs after that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll
That-
fuck
that's
you up.
Totally understandable.
Basically until we got a dog,
Hmm.
like a few years later. And that was a real good dog.
I get it. Dogs are sort of scary, you know?
Well, I was also I was pretty damn young. The dog was like as big as me, so like
I have a kid in my group who saw their brother get lightly attacked by a dog
Just a
when they
light-
were like
just a light
3,
mauling.
and they're terrified of dogs.
Yeah.
Like they'll climb up you to get away from a
It'll
dog if it
imprint
gets
on
too
you, right?
close.
yeah, because you're like everything looks so much bigger, and like they were like I remember them telling me like he
Well,
was just
everything
playing with
is
you,
physically bigger.
whatever, and I was like, well, you know what, like I don't know that.
And it's not just that; it's like the yelling of the adults and the
Well, it's
drama
also
of
them-
the
I
situation.
think them like laughing at me was like was also just
That'll
like, well,
really-
fuck you guys.
yeah, that's brutal.
That'll really imprint on you
Yeah, you should
at
have
an
a
early
kid.
age.
A kid who's afraid. I hate that.
Yeah. But to them, it's like, oh, this dog was just running around.
Right,
Playing.
because they're not seeing the dog as a threat.
Yeah.
Right. That's like my sister
Well,
had
I'm
it.
sorry that happened to you.
That's
That's
like
fine.
my sister grew up with a terrible phobia of chickens because she was
They do fucking chase you though.
Yeah.
she was chased.
Or because of Zelda.
No, I think that actually probably did a good job rolling back her fear.
She got to like seek
You
her
get to whack a
vengeance.
couple of them. They get the better of you eventually. But
Was she? So she was chased by chickens?
Yeah, she was. We were on vacation on Hornby Island, which is like our summer
Yeah.
spot that we go to,
Right.
like every May long. And there was, I can't remember what property it was. It was like near Helliwell National Park, which is it's near where we rent our cabin. And yeah, she was chased by chickens and never really got over it for a long time.
That seems legitimately. I would still be terrified. I think if like a bunch of chickens. Came
Yeah.
At me.
Yeah, I think I would probably have like a fight or flight moment
Yeah.
for sure if I got chased like today tomorrow if I got chased by 30 chickens.
Hopefully use flight
Yeah,
because
I would
chickens
be
can't
not-
fly.
The instinct would
if
kick
even
in.
one of those peacocks in Beacon Hill came at me
Yeah.
for real, like I would probably avoid the park for a little while.
I
like,
give geese like a wide berth of
Fucking geese
space.
are horrible.
They are aggressive as shit.
They're a menace.
Sometimes
Just
we
the
go
size.
and
They must
feed
be destroyed.
Drinking their
the.
juice
Sometimes
in
we
the
go and
hood.
feed the
Yeah.
ducks at the park because I love ducks. I think they're so funny and cute,
Yeah.
and I just love their little butts. They're so cute. So we'll go feed them, and every once in a while, like a goose just rocks up, and he just like. Is that the what's a
Yeah,
better? Is that the kind
That's
of?
pretty much it.
Yeah, they like hiss.
They hiss.
They're horribly aggressive.
Yeah.
I guess it's more like a.
Yeah, you're nailing it. No, that's a duck.
Yeah,
That's the duck
that's
screaming.
pretty good.
That's,
You're really good at the duck. I go.
I can't do the words though. I can't do the Donald Duck like.
you're
That's pretty
much
close,
there.
yeah.
I guess that one. Maybe
You
I
kind
can.
of just did do it.
Oh
though.
my god, you did!
I learned a new talent.
That's the thing you were trying to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, we're losing track here.
Should
All
we
right.
get into our research?
Yeah, why not?
do we
Let's
I
have
spin it
just
more
up.
have
personal?
a couple of quick statistics.
Sure.
I
Why don't you
Yeah.
start and then I'll go because I think mine kind of leads into what you're going to talk about a little
Cool.
bit, Rob.
It
Just-
just might.
Real
If
broad
we're talking about
from
I don't know why everybody's
Canadian
so secretive.
Animal
gotta be
Health
now.
Institute,
Sorry, go ahead.
where just a lot of these, just some fast facts from a reputable source.
Can you say it again? I missed it.
Canadian Animal Health Institute.
Okay.
Some of this it's all old. It's all from 2018.
That
so
is old.
it's
not too bad.
approximate.
That is old.
But it says
83 in dog years.
basically. Good God. I don't even think that's right. That's not even close to right.
No, 83 in dog years was what 15 was. I googled it.
Yeah, but 2018 is like 14 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
2 years. 2 years, 15 years, whatever.
So pretty big difference there.
So more people have cats than dogs. I guess people tend to have more than one cat at a time
Yeah.
as well.
Living proof right here.
Yeah,
Some
because
people have more than one
they
dog,
bond.
too, though.
Whereas,
A
yeah,
few
of course.
being-
But it's just like you have one cat, that's a step. You have two cats, it's kind of the same as having one cat.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but
Yes.
having two dogs, you got two dogs.
You got
It's like
two-
a
you got
whole
two
fucking
children.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need
You
so
got two
much
cats.
attention.
You just buy more food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe scoop your litter more often. Maybe.
Yeah, if you have two dogs that are little, it's okay. But yeah,
Even
anything
still,
past,
they
like,
they have to
mid-size-
go to the bathroom at regular intervals, and
You're doubling up
Yeah.
on everything.
they might need different food because
Yep.
they're I don't know.
They both need to go
Dogs
to the
are
vet a lot
dogs
more
are
often than cats.
More work. It says that so 8.2 million dogs versus 8.3 million cats. So
It's not
Not
that
huge.
big of a difference,
it's pretty.
but it
The
just
gap
goes to
has
show.
been wider up until before then. So this is
It just
sort of
goes to
new.
show
So,
cat
yeah.
people obviously superior.
Well, I was gonna say, all you dog people out there, you gotta step up your game, obviously, and get
Yeah.
a second dog.
You pussy.
You're
you
losing.
you only got one dog. You pussy.
You have any dogs there?
You
Rob?
fucking
Yeah.
pussy. No, I have no dogs. I have no plan of owning any dogs either. I love them, but they're too much work for me.
Yeah.
Dog population is still rising, and the cat
Fuck.
population has stabilized.
Shit.
So 41% of households have at least one dog versus 38% of households that have at least one cat. So I don't really understand.
Well, that means of that 31%,
Yeah.
that probably half of them have two or more.
Yeah, have multiple.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cats really, really fuck up the ecosystem too.
Cats
Yeah.
are kind of
They're not native to North America, and they are like the biggest like destroyer
It's
of
definitely one of the reasons I keep mine inside.
nature. Yeah.
Because there's not much out there for them.
Like yeah, they
And
just
what is out
destroy
there, they
everything.
would destroy.
There's a lot of species that have gone extinct from just cats.
Yeah. Because
Hey,
they,
good
hunt,
for
'cause
them.
they hunt for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just like us.
Yeah.
just like us.
Just another thing we have in
Yeah,
common.
they cause irreparable damage to the environment, around
environment?
them.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
and
constantly-
fucking expensive as well. If you care about that,
Yeah.
they.
But like a fraction of what dogs would cost you.
No, yeah, but it's just like there's a lot of money in this industry.
Oh yeah.
Like-
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I paid $400 for each of my cats.
Billions.
Really?
Yeah.
Not just the cats, but the food, the vet care,
Yeah.
any kind of upkeep. If you're a dog, you're going to require, like if you have a dog, you're going to require grooming and probably a dog walker at some point or dog sitting.
Mm-hmm. Just a
All-
kennel service. You
Yeah.
want to go away for 3 nights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I can't take Louis to a kennel anymore. I took him to a kennel once overnight so I could have that
But
Book of Mormon Halloween party.
but with cats, you just gotta know someone that'll come by your house.
Yeah, but we're using our space, right? And I don't want
Yeah.
to fuck him up with all the house guests. I
Right.
thought I was doing the right thing.
Right.
He cried actual tears and hyperventilated. And
Cats
then
can
when
do that.
I asked the vet about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, he was just probably really stressed out." I was like, "Fucking lie to me!"
And you're like, that's not what I want to hear.
I wanted to hear
They were
he had
tears
like
of joy.
I wanted to hear he had like a duct issue or some shit.
And
He has a
panic
cyst.
attacks
Tell
of
me he has a
joy.
cyst.
So for that service was a little drop in the ocean that is worth over $8 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, any pet is just fucking crazy.
That's too
expensive.
much.
Yeah. Looking up this stuff, you think about how much people pay for their pets. I stumbled across that dog blood bank.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of this?
My God.
No.
Yeah. Animals are getting
I guess
blood
they have
transfusions.
To,
Like pets are getting blood transfusions.
Could you put... Okay. Now hear me out.
right? Continue.
I'm going to go ahead and assume I don't know the answer, but you just go ahead and ask the question.
What would happen if you took like a miniature pincer, a min pin, and you pumped that fucker full of pit bull blood?
It would depend on whether the blood was a match, I guess.
Yes, and Jasmine,
How many?
have you never done improv?
Don't you fucking yes
a,
and me.
It's a bit. Fuck. You're supposed to say he would start chowing down on the neighborhood kids or something.
What would?
What?
I
whatever.
don't want to perpetuate negative
moment's-
stereotypes about pit bulls.
The moment's gone. The moment's gone. It's fine. Carry on, please. Continue.
Would you say mini pincher and a pit bull?
Yeah, like a miniature pincer and like any kind of like just huge pile of muscle dog.
He'd be so you'd be a min pit,
Min pit.
min pit, pinch,
Min
pinch,
pit.
min pit.
Pitman is a game by Nintendo.
Yes, pitman.
Not Pitman. Pikmin.
Pitman.
But Pitman is a
Pitman.
man we know.
So dogs do have blood types.
I was gonna. Is there like
Yeah.
the same amount?
According to Canadian Animal Blood Bank, it says they have 7 major blood groups labeled as dog
Cat.
erythrocyte antigen. There we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They don't have 2 for some reason. Let's see here. The DEA1 system consists of types 1.1 and 1.2.
It's too bad there wasn't a 9th one called K9.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Such a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
DEA 1.1 is the most significant type, and all of their donor dogs are tested to see if they are positive or negative for DEA 1.1.
I thought you were going to say herpes.
And cats have blood types too, but they're different than dogs.
I guess every animal would have to have, or at least mammal.
They only have 3
Must.
blood types:
Cats.
A, B, and AB. That's it.
A, B, and CAT. That spells cat.
Wow.
It says, can cat, this is the FAQ. It says, can cats donate blood? We do not collect blood from cats. There are more complications involved when collecting from a cat. As you probably know, most cats will not sit still and would have to be sedated.
I
The
mean,
amount
how
of
much-
blood volume needed to be taken from a cat in their small size in combination with using a sedative may increase the risk of an adverse reaction such as low blood pressure.
A dog will sit still if you're jamming it with needles?
They're,
Yeah, they're
well
people
trained, right?
pleasers. You
I guess,
know?
I mean, the risk there they were saying is size. So maybe they only like really do.
Yeah, like how
There's
much
a size-
how much blood do
There's
you
a
think
minimal
is in,
size you can do before you can't take blood from a dog.
Like how much blood do you think is in Louis? Like a tablespoon?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Drain them.
It says that they when cats need a transfusion, it's kind of case by case. It said a volunteered cat. It doesn't say volunteer cat. It says volunteered cat.
Voluntold.
Yeah.
will be brought into the vet clinic
You might
to
as well just
provide
call it
an
a sacrifice.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I volunteer a sacrifice.
yeah.
You've been meowing tiered.
Even you didn't believe in that joke.
No, I'm gonna keep them coming though.
All right.
What did we say earlier about self-esteem?
Yeah.
Power
should-
through
I should
even
find
the
some.
bad ones. Yeah. That is pretty much verbatim what we said. Hey,
awful.
why don't we power through the rest of Jasmine's thing?
Okie dokie.
I really didn't need to say more except for that
Oh. Well,
dog blood donation exists.
Yeah, like
People are treating their dogs for cancer and getting surgery. Dogs are getting dementia.
yeah.
Shit like that. You
End
know.
of life care for animals kind of makes me upset.
Yeah.
Just as a rule.
Yeah, we can definitely talk more about like some philosophical feelings on this stuff because it's very complicated. People are spending a lot of money to keep their pets alive longer.
I guess if you have that type of money and you really care, sure. But
You got the money and you got the
There's
power.
not a lot of people that have that type of money.
Well, Rob and I discussed our budget for keeping
Yeah,
our pets alive.
Our number.
Yeah, and it's basically the same number.
Yeah, mine is a split between two cats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because you
true.
said $1,000.
I said $2,000 for Louis.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And mine, I think that mine might actually be lower.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah.
It would really
depend on what it
depend
was.
on the time of the month.
It would depend on what. Yeah, totally right.
When my most recent paycheck
it's
is
the
cleared.
25th, and you're like, well, sorry.
Yeah. How
Are
long
you
does he
insured?
have?
It's coming up real quick.
Are you insured? Do you pay for pet insurance?
I don't pay pet insurance.
So that number is way low then.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did up until a point.
Part of the reason I don't pay pet insurance is because they're indoors, but I know that doesn't cover them from everything.
No.
It just
then
covers them
okay,
from-
My cat likes to eat things that aren't food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And his favorite thing to eat is hair ties
Yeah.
from my head while I'm sleeping.
That's very cool.
Cats
That's
love
very cool and chill of him.
Elastic
Yeah.
bands.
But he's not I've seen that he has passed balls of hair ties.
Cool.
And at some point, he's not going to pass them anymore, and his intestines are going to be completely wrapped up in hair ties. And I'm going to have to decide whether or not to spend $5,000 for a surgery to have them removed.
Yeah.
Those
And it's
intestines
going to
are
be
real
my
nice,
fucking
though.
fault.
Yeah, that's going to make
And
you feel real guilty.
And that's going to make me feel like shit if I don't pay the $5,000 for something that's technically my fault.
I would
Yep.
argue that that's the cat's fault.
yeah,
I would argue
I'm
it's
like
the vet's
too,
fault.
too stupid to live. Yes, the vet's fault.
This hair tie intestinal issue is completely preventable, and you should have told me not to let him eat hair ties.
You should have told
you
me to
should
get
have
a
told
John,
me.
it's not
haircut
you,
You
years
Doc.
should have
ago.
told me that there were cats who ate things that aren't food.
Yeah.
It's on you, Doc.
You could shave your head.
Step up to the plate.
Yeah.
$5,000
You know what?
deductible waiting for you to pay
I
it, Doc.
spend more. Here's the horrible equation. I
1 plus
spend
1.
more on maintaining my hair
Oh.
than I ever spend on Louis.
Oh.
That's okay. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I think I probably spend more, and here's context to this statement. I don't drive much. I probably spend more a month on gas than I do taking care of my cat.
I mean, ultimately, like, what do you have to? You get food for the cat, a toy every once in a while.
Yeah.
Litter.
Louis has tons of toys. He's got litter case.
And a
We've
cat will-
got expensive specialty food because his bladder's broken and he's got cat herpes.
Ew.
Nice.
Ew.
I don't think he's contagious. Otherwise, the cats are getting
Only one way
herpes.
to
I
find
guess.
out.
Yeah.
Louis, get over here.
Ew.
Oh, that's what you meant by drain him earlier.
Yeah.
Train him.
Disgusting. He doesn't even have testicles, you guys.
Dudes without balls can still ejaculate.
Can they?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess because it doesn't
The
come
muscle
from the
reflex
balls.
will
Yeah.
still-
I feel silly
You'll just-
for
you'll just pump
holding on
nothing.
to the belief that castrated males couldn't ejaculate.
That meant, yeah.
They can
'cause it's
still,
not
like-
coming
I
from
feel
your
silly.
balls.
It's like a muscle reflex.
Yeah.
They'll just pump nothing. It'd be a,
Well,
yeah,
you
they'll,
still
like-
because you're
yeah,
semen,
like in a cartoon when like a little puff of air comes out of someone's throat.
because it's split, right? There's like the jizz that comes from one part and the semen that comes from the other,
Yeah,
And the semen
lives
comes from the
in
balls.
the testes,
and then the jizz comes from up
the
this
butt,
area.
the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're
Semen
even for
comes from
me
the butt.
for you not knowing anything about periods.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
now we all know nothing about a lot of things.
Way to crush it on that sex education, Canadian
Animals get
Yeah, right.
education system.
fucking transplants. That's a thing. Aesthetic
Oh, like yeah, okay, aesthetics. Yeah, they get the little
fake testicles.
like plastic implants.
Yeah.
Animals do?
Yeah.
Why?
For the
Aesthetics,
vanity
dude.
of their owner.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of dudes like roided out dudes that want a pit bull
With huge balls?
Balls. I've seen them. I've seen them walking around town.
Did that come from like
like
You're
ball,
like,
dog
oh,
shows?
those balls
Unreal-
are fake.
It's unrealistically huge.
Would
Like,
that-
I know a lot
Some
of
dogs have big balls.
I know a lot of dogs have like a huge package, but like I've seen balls on dogs that are just like it doesn't look comfortable to walk.
No.
Like chicks that get like
Isn't
like
that the dog from Little Nicky?
quadruple E
Yeah.
enlargements?
I tried. My surgeon wouldn't let me. He
Yeah?
said, no, you'll regret it in 5 years.
You'll regret it.
You wanted to go E?
I am like
E.
G.
Really?
Yeah.
I got massive boobs.
Really?
Yeah. I have to go to specialty stores. But
Yeah.
How's your
I push
back?
it to the max.
Can't get this
fine.
shit at
That's
Licenza.
pretty good.
Good.
You can't.
Yeah.
And I don't, every time I walk into a fucking Licenza, there's always like some 19-year-old like trying to measure me. It's like, bitch, I know my
I
size.
know how big my tits are.
It's like, you've only had tits for like 4 years. Can you get away from me?
It's very
I've
condescending
got
of you.
experience.
I don't know why you're being so condescending towards people that work in
Because
the
she's
retail
like
industry.
walking towards me with a tape measure after I told her to fuck
let me
off.
let me touch your tits.
Yeah.
I should go work at Licenza.
She's like, let me tell you how to wear a bra. And I'm like,
oh, okay. Yeah, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you read. I mean, I'm assuming after you bought them, you read the manual and everything. So
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
went through.
You know all the
It's like
details.
setting up a TV. Like once you've done one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
you don't really need the manual after that.
Yeah.
I'm still like learning about how to
And you
have
did
big
them one.
boobs
You
all
did
the
them one
time.
at a
Yeah.
time too, right? Like you got the left.
Yeah,
one,
well,
and then you
that's
got
how
the-
you do it,
got the
right?
one. Yeah, that
You
makes
know,
sense.
the other one's a layaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You pay for
My
what
other
you
tips
get what
on
you can pay
layaway.
for in the beginning, and then you just wait until you got the money for the rest.
It's weird because there's this part of me that feels like I earned them because I went through like a fairly it was a very invasive surgery, and I had to recover from them. So I'm like, I almost feel like I deserve them more
Yeah.
than people
people
who
that
got
just
them
naturally?
developed naturally, painlessly.
Did you get them in Canada here?
Yeah, I got them in Vancouver,
I got them in Vancouver, Mexico.
in False Creek, in a very fancy neighborhood. I got fancy surgery from
Nice.
a fancy surgeon
Yeah, I
because
guess
I
that's
wanted
not
it done
something-
right.
Yeah.
The Yaletown Tit House, they call it.
The Yaletown Tit
The Yaletown House of Tits. And rhinoplasty.
And rhinoplasty,
Yeah.
just really small letters.
Yeah,
underneath.
and rhinoplasty.
Oh my god.
And really small letters in parentheses.
See, I would have
and
gone for
rhinoplasty.
and vaginoplasty.
And yeah,
Vaginoplasty.
we just call it the Vagiplast. Vagiplast 9000 is right through this
God.
door, ma'am. Please step through this door. We'll get you in these stirrups.
Oh my god.
Well,
Can
Yeah.
you imagine taking your dog to a dog blood drive? All these
I thought you were
going
gonna
to
say, could you
the
imagine taking
blood-
your? I thought you were gonna say, could you imagine taking your dog to a veterinarian vaginoplasty?
Yeah, it's just like my dog has had like 6 litters of puppies.
It's got some fucking beef curtains
Yeah,
down there.
it's getting a little floppy
Yeah.
down there. Can
You
you,
gotta-
just tidy it up
You
so
gotta-
I
you
can take
gotta-
her
you
back
gotta
to
sta-
shows?
You gotta staple that shit back.
while
Yeah.
you're there, just throw some silicone on those nips too.
It's like
Could you imagine a dog with
it,
with eight silicone implants?
Just looks
all
like-
up and down his belly.
like an upside down egg carton.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It would look about that bad.
the worst part is that dogs cannot consent to this shit. They don't know what's happening, which again I could talk about as my main
seen-
problem with life extending procedures for dogs.
Yeah.
Is that they don't fucking know.
So like people go to like a clinic to donate their dog's blood.
Yeah, but they have blood drives too, like we do with human blood drives, where
Do the
they set up
dogs-
in a temporary space.
Do the dogs get orange juice and cookies after? That's all I care about. It's all that matters to me.
I'm sure
They
they, give 'em
must.
some, right?
They must.
I don't know.
They must.
Maybe it's in the
They must have little
FAQ.
doggy bowls.
I'm sure
full
they got
of-
like treats. You don't want to give
I
it a
want them to
chocolate
have
chip
little doggy
cookie.
bowls full of orange juice,
That would be
and
adorable.
each of them gets a milk bone cookie,
Yeah.
but it has chocolate, not chocolate
I don't
chips.
know. I'm assuming they do
It
get
wouldn't
treats.
have chocolate chips.
No, just kill the dog right after.
Yeah. Well, we gave them to people.
You might as well
after.
take all their blood
Yeah.
at first.
Oh, he's
yeah.
dead now. Well, just leave him here.
Maybe
We'll
that's
just
the
get
plan.
the rest of it.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
the plan. They're just going to take all the blood after they kill the chocolate chips.
Here's the thing. Like, it says, what are the uses of blood products? And it says, the wide range of transfusion needs might include combating illness or disease, treating acute blood volume loss, like in an accident, and preventative measures and routine surgeries for dogs with bleeding disorders. So surgery
Like a heavy flow.
and a bleeding disorder. Surgery, I would probably put a dog to sleep for.
Depending on the surgery,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
A bleeding
I would agree.
disorder? Come on. Although I had a
Like
three-legged
a dog with hemophilia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that dog is not meant to
Come
survive,
on, man.
right?
Let him have a bad accident.
That
and it's
being
like,
said,
sorry.
I had a three-legged dog, and she was
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
lost her leg when she was a puppy, so her back leg sort of moved towards the middle.
Oh. Yeah,
So
that
she
makes
was,
sense.
like,
She's a tripod.
straight up tripod.
She's a tripod.
And she was fast as hell and
Yeah.
happy.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of dogs out there with 3 legs.
I
I
think
saw
the
a dog in a cart with
So-
missing both its back legs
I would-
yesterday.
I would say that the front two,
On the way to that
front
park
two
bench.
legs for a dog seem like the dominant legs,
Yeah,
right? Whereas the back 2 legs for a cat are the dominant ones.
right.
Jumping,
Are they?
I think
jumping and shit.
I think missing limbs. Maybe,
Yeah, that's fine.
But
I
I
think
think,
that-
if
I think
you're
an
gonna
animal-
have to have recurring surgeries, or maybe if a dog has cancer or diabetes. Oh my God,
Here's a
cats
situation.
with diabetes that need injections twice a day.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking kill me.
One of my roommate's cats had seizures, and we had to give it pills every day, and it did not like that. And you'd have to what I would do is I would grab a towel and I'd wrap it up in the towel real tight so it couldn't fucking go insane, and then you have to pry its mouth open and hold it up and drop the pill in there, because any other angle it's gonna spit it out.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a lot of work,
That sounds horrible.
but then you get real good at it, and it becomes pretty easy.
yeah.
The trick is figuring out we've had to give Louis medication as well, and he fucking hates it. There's those little pill dispenser kind of wands as well.
Yeah.
Is it like a turkey baster almost, where it's like
Kind of. It's like a syringe basically,
yeah, yeah.
but
God,
it's
my cats would
for
lose their
pills.
fucking mind.
You basically don't give them a choice. You put it right down their throat. They
Yeah.
can't even put it.
Yeah, you
I
have to throw it in the
can't
back of
even-
their throat,
I
and then they
can't
have
even
to
get
swallow
my
it.
cats to sit still while I put the flea medication on the back of their neck.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they are so freaked out by that shit.
well,
So freaked out. So I feel like if I ever have to do that kind of thing, I'd be like, I gotta go to the vet to give these fucking idiot cats a pill that will probably save their life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cats don't want to be alive.
That's fair.
All
I
cats are
totally
depressed. That's
understand.
science.
We're talking
I totally
some
understand
mad
them.
shit right now, but if something happened to Louis, he is my fucking world. We've got a painting commissioned of him. I don't know. We love him. We're obsessed with him. And so who knows?
Hey.
If it came down to it, maybe I'd spend a bunch of money on it.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you guys about a little emergency?
Hmm.
I have 13% battery life left on my laptop. Anyway.
Let's get into a little history of pet funerals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So, according to National Geographic, people have been burying and memorializing their pets all over the world for centuries. The oldest known pet cat was found buried with a human in a 9,500-year-old grave on the island of Cyprus.
Oh, cute.
The oldest-
Greeks.
The oldest buried dog was unearthed by an archaeologist in what is now Bonn Ober Castle, Germany. And the dog was buried with a middle-aged woman and a 20-something woman, and it was buried there 14,000 years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time ago.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The oldest dog graves found in North America are located in Illinois and date back about 8,500 years. The largest
Wow.
ancient pet cemetery in the world. I'm just kind of flying through these.
Yes. Fast
Rattle it
facts.
off, man. Rattle it off.
The largest ancient pet cemetery in the world is located on Israel's Mediterranean coast and contains somewhere between 500 to 1,500 dogs buried over the course of a century. And this is beginning about 2,500 years ago, though the exact count is a little unclear because a lot of the skeletons were incomplete and many more than likely washed into the sea.
It's a lot of pooches.
It's a lot of dogs, a lot of dead dogs.
A lot of dogs.
Specifically,
I
dead
can't.
dogs.
I can't
Dead
read the notes
dogs.
and comment on them, you guys. I can only do one thing at a time.
We're just listening intently.
These days, it is estimated that there are somewhere around 750 pet cemeteries this is in the States. And this is according to Donna Schugert, who is the executive director of the International Association of Pet Cemeteries and Crematories, or the IAOPCC. Two C's. Did I say two C's or three? I don't know.
IAOPPCTPPP.
According to the IAOPCC's website, the organization was formed in 1971 and is a not-for-profit dedicated to advancing standards, ethics, and professionalism of pet cemeteries and crematories in the world. And they have about 250 members in 15 different countries. And so, for years, the practice of burying a deceased pet was the most common practice. You just throw it in the ground.
Hell yeah, you get an old shoebox.
Yeah, exactly.
You dump the tax returns out of it.
But there are caskets that range from like a cardboard box.
Yeah.
To like elaborate wood and metal.
Of course.
Caskets lined with ornate material. Whatever people want to spend on there.
I think there's a certain kind of craftsman that had a loving pet dog.
There's a lot of
would probably build a casket for it instead of just taking an old Air Max 97 box.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in there.
But there's a lot of people online and stuff that sell on Etsy pet urns and shit like that.
For sure, yeah.
I told you about the horse lady I used to rent a room from.
Oh right, yeah.
She had several horse urns.
Yeah.
Horses
really
live a
into
long
horses.
ass time. Though.
How big is a horse urn?
Horses live 30 years,
well,
right?
Is it like a keg?
Like a person size.
Really?
Urn, yeah.
That's not all of the horse then.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think when you
They
get
weren't
someone's
that big.
ashes,
Maybe
it's
she
all their
didn't.
ashes.
It's mixed in with whatever
Whatever else is in there.
Yeah. Maybe it is
Maybe.
just horse.
It's 100% grade A horse
100%
ash.
And you put a little water in there and it turns into
Maybe
glue.
that's what's left after they strip
That's
it
how
for
they
parts.
made Elmer's.
Yeah.
Oh, that lady would be so sad. I'm sure she did not strip her horse for parts. She really, really loved her horses. She had
You could probably
paintings
make
of
a decent amount of money.
horses all over. It was like a blended horse motif mixed with a teddy bear motif.
Oh, yikes.
It was intense.
Sounds like my nightmare.
She was a
Yeah.
nice lady, though. She had a dog that was
Was
really
she-
cuddly.
A single lady?
She was. I hesitate to
Okay.
talk too much shit
that.
about her because she literally saved me from homelessness.
I mean, I'm not saying that she's not.
I'm talking.
I'm not saying that she's not a good person.
No,
that just sounds like
I'm
a
sure
very.
she's lovely. She does seem a little crazy.
It's just we're not saying she's not lovely. We're just saying that
You have
from
a horse teddy bear themed.
Horses,
from what you've
teddy
told
bears.
us about this woman,
Yeah.
we
Surmise.
pretty much know her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can totally, you get it.
We know her.
She
Yeah.
does sound
We
like
know her
somebody that would be
intimately.
fun to be around.
She always had adorable and very loving animals around her, which kind of is my goal.
Which
That's
it
So,
isn't- okay, but I feel like I need to clarify. Is not a personality trait.
what?
Just having animals around you all the time.
Well, no, it's not a personality, but if you have chill, awesome, large animals around you all the time, it does say something about you.
You're
right?
a different kind. Yes, it does.
Like,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You're obviously.
you ever meet
caring.
someone with a really chill dog that's a total piece of shit? I fucking hate that. It drives me crazy.
I don't know that I have.
Oh,
I don't
it
know
makes
that I
me
have
so
either.
sad. It's happened a couple times. Like crust punks. Crust punks are a great example of that.
Yeah, that's a good.
Crust
that's a
punks
good
always
example.
have awesome fucking dogs.
Yeah.
And you want to pet them, but you don't want to get near the crust punks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
might get
true.
fleas from the punk.
Yeah, the dogs
Not
are
the dog.
fine.
Yeah. The punk might give you rabies.
Yeah. They certainly might steal all your shit.
Yeah.
Do you think do you think time's passed for me to be a crust punk? Do you think I've aged out of that?
Were you
No,
not? Were you
because
not
a
a crust punk?
punk always finds a way.
Yeah, that's true. I'm on the verge for sure.
I never really got to
No.
that. I never really got to that point.
No, I always
definitely-
bathed and
I always kind of tried to dabble into their lifestyle, but then as soon as I found out that crust punks would intentionally shit themselves in a mosh pit, as a joke, I was like, this isn't for me.
yeah. Or
This isn't my
just
lifestyle.
Not wash their genitals
It's
until
really
there's
just
a film building up on
honestly,
it.
Yeah.
it's the freeloading.
That's yeah.
It's you're not
Spoken
off
like a true James Bay native.
No, you're not off the grid if you're relying on other people
you're
to
not.
do all your
Yes.
shit. You know what I mean? Off the grid means having a skill set that makes your lifestyle sustainable.
Yeah.
Not sitting around going oh, help
Playing
me for my
banjo.
lifestyle.
Playing banjo
I'm
and
gonna
not feeding your
steal
dog.
some-
Yeah, it's like
things.
those people that I'm going to go live in the woods, and they go live in the woods and just steal groceries from all the cabins that are surrounding their little, like,
Sweet.
hovel.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it's
count.
Cool. It's real great. You know.
That's just illicit camping.
That's just me hating on crust punks. Sorry about that. I always get
To our-
sidetracked by that.
There's no crust punks.
To our
listening to
0
this.
crust punk listeners.
If there is crust punks listening to this, I hate you. I have no respect for you.
But I love your dog.
Yeah.
Love your dog.
I love your dog, and I wish I could pet it.
They do always have a dog.
Always, because they get more
Get more money.
offerings. Yeah.
Get more money, and they feed it like nothing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, what happens when you feed a dog nothing is eventually it dies, and then you have
Good
to have a pet
segue.
cemetery.
Very good segue. Pet Cemetery, that's a book.
Yes, it is.
That's how tired I am. That's how
we-
tired I am with my references.
Yes,
that's a book.
that is a book.
That's a book.
Wow.
Stephen King.
Also, several movies.
Hit by a van.
So, yeah, so you can get caskets made out of pretty much anything, and this is also you know what I mean. This is also
I
true
don't.
of urns, which are used in cremation, and cremation eventually overtook burials in popularity in the 80s, and this is about the same time it became more popular
Bear Grylls.
with Bear Grylls.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, in the 80s.
And yeah,
So
no, he was
old.
he was in the 2000s when he
looks
became
great.
popular.
It looks great for 69. Nice.
That's how old people from
Nice.
the 80s are to you?
Nice.
69?
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna die on this hill. Yes.
So sorry,
There's a
Jordan.
hidden decade.
Please
There's a hidden
continue.
decade that we all try to.
I
forget about.
apologize.
That's okay. I'm just gonna skip this little bit here because, out of context, it's not important. And then let's get into other options are taxidermy,
Hey.
though a lot won't do a pet. It says Tony Beretta, the owner of Beretta's Taxidermy in Collingwoods, New Jersey. Because a lot of
Chill
companies
dude.
generally don't make the mannequins. Because even if, according to him, even if they did, when I take the skin off an animal and tan it and wrap it around a mannequin, what is it going to look like? It's going to look like that mannequin.
Yeah.
Correct.
And people don't generally like that.
Yeah.
And then, so there is another feasible option that we're going to talk about a little bit later, too.
Sure. Yeah. Why don't we?
And yeah, that's
Someone's
about
going
it.
to talk about it.
Spontaneously.
Someone's going to talk about it, and maybe that person should talk about it.
You want
Right-
to? You want to
right
dive
to
into
meow.
some?
Yeah, let's talk about what's taxidermy.
Well, I'll tell you a little something
So
about
you're
some
tanning a hide and you're wrapping it around a mannequin.
Correct. You're using a lot of. There's a whole procedure.
Sock it to me.
Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck
Damn,
it to
I
me,
really
suck it
thought
to
I
me,
could just
suck it
work
to me,
that
suck
in.
it to me, suck it to me.
Socket to work what in?
Sock it to me? Like just in conversation. My sister tries to work in Can You Dig It? to see if people
Ew.
can call her on it. Can you dig it?
Like The Rock?
No, like, I don't know, soul singers. From
Or-
the
Oh,
70s.
can you dig
Or
it,
the
can you
guy
dig it,
from
Can
the
you dig it?
Warriors
Dig it.
that gets assassinated. Can you dig it? Love that guy.
All right. Well, hey, taxidermy, huh? Weird.
Hey!
What a weird thing to do to your beloved animal. So I think everyone kind of knows what taxidermy is. You take your beloved
Mittens
pet
or boots.
dog or cat or the buffalo, the severed buffalo head
Yeah.
that you recently drove downtown with, and you go talk to a guy who has probably 4 or 5 teeth left, and you say, "Hey, this thing, I killed it, or it died in my care.
I killed it with my car.
I killed it with my car, or this thing has died in my care, but I still love it." And Kirk or Chet or whatever is like, that'll be about $380. And
How
you're
much
like,
is it to get like a... I mean, it depends on size, I guess, but...
sure.
About $380.
No matter what you bring in.
Yeah.
It's cockatoo.
Flat fee.
There'll be a cockatoo. It's like, that'll be about $380.
I feel like that would be.
Cock it to me, baby.
I don't actually know what the price. Cock it to me. I don't know what the actual I don't know what the price scaling looks like for taxidermy.
I'm
That's
sure
not
it
my-
varies widely.
That's not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I
sure-
would imagine... I mean, it would depend on the area.
It depends on the animal,
Yeah.
how familiar Kirk is with it.
Yeah.
or his brother Chet.
Kirk the taxidermist.
Kurt or Chet, whoever's at the front desk that day when you walk in with your buffalo head.
With 7 teeth.
All right,
Both their
so-
mouths
But
combined.
basically, like all it is basically is someone taking all of the skin, horns, external bits, hooves,
Minus the
off
eyes.
of minus the eyes because eyes you can't really preserve those.
No, because they're made of water.
You use glass eyes.
And the teeth too, right? Teeth I think are fake too.
I don't.
Teeth, I feel like
I
they
think
would
they
be
could
the
probably.
real thing.
I
think
think
the
they
teeth
could
are
probably
fake.
keep them in. I think they could probably
And,
keep them
like
in.
the whole inside of the mouth because it's just the skin and like nose and stuff. That's
Hard to
put
say.
Over.
Hard
I've
to
seen
say.
now that I think about
I
it, I
didn't
have
really
seen a
wade
lot of
in-
taxidermied
I didn't.
like deer heads and wolf heads and shit like
And
that.
none of them
Coyotes.
had disgusting grimaces on them.
Some of them,
Maybe
yeah,
a couple of them.
yeah.
So like it's the practice of like dissecting the animal very carefully, or just the head or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
removing all the organs. Usually removing and cleaning the skeleton and skull is important because that needs to be put back in for structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always just like skin wrapped around
Like-
like a foam mannequin.
Yeah.
Sometimes especially if it's for a museum or something,
That makes sense.
it has to be.
because you want it to look. That would make it look more accurate too. I would
I
imagine.
think that's the idea.
Yeah.
It's also like if you're trying to examine it for science, it's a little more realistic and
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you're X-raying it or something, whatever you're doing to this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what people do with taxidermy animals. I honestly,
Think-
actually, I do have a good
think they
example of one
fucked them.
thing people do, but we'll get to that later. I have a really funny fucking thing I found today. So obviously, taxidermy is in the last century, it's modernized quite a bit. It used to be a very toxic and like I would
Yeah,
say
like actual toxic. Like you don't mean like
Yeah, no,
there
like
wasn't a lot of sexual
actual
harassment.
chemicals and toxins
Yeah.
that were like you had like a mounted buckhead in your lounge,
Yeah.
your smoking lounge. It probably took a couple years off your life.
Yeah, yeah.
kind of thing. Whereas now it's obviously it's a lot more sustainable.
Yeah, it's more
I guess,
safer.
It's more safe, more sustainable. But the new wave that Jasmine is really excited about is
I'm thrilled.
the practice of freeze drying.
Yeah, baby.
Freeze drying your beloved pets. They call it freeze drying. They call it freeze mounting. They call it a couple different things, but it's basically this.
Yeah, I think I read a thing that literally called it like freeze taxidermy. or
Yeah,
something
freeze
like that.
taxidermy,
Yeah.
freeze mounting. It's essentially a modern version of mummification. 'Cause
Yeah.
Mummification is essentially removing every trace amount of moisture from a cadaver or a corpse or whatever. So this is doing the same thing, but it's doing it in such a way that it's like, hey, are you not satisfied with the 18,000 photos you have of your dog? Why don't you have this living photo
Yeah.
that is the
Yeah.
exact, like, you don't have to take the animal apart as much as with taxidermy,
Yeah, you
whereas
have
like
to pose it.
with taxidermy, it's like you got to rip everything out. You still have to do that for freeze drying, but with taxidermy, it's like you rip everything out. You strip the skin off.
I think you still have to stuff the freeze dried animals
yes,
to a certain extent.
correct,
Is that right?
but it's
'Cause
much
you are
less.
dehydrating it, so it
Yeah,
would
you
like.
don't want it to collapse on itself, but you don't have
it's
to
just-
replace the whole skeleton.
Yeah, it's just much less invasive. Whereas like with traditional taxidermy, it's like disassembling your pet to its component parts.
Yeah.
And then putting it back
Yeah, it's like
together
taking
in
apart
a
a
way.
VCR and putting it back together.
Yeah, or like a lawnmower or
Yeah.
something. But it's like a guy that specializes in doing that to your pets.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world to me that people still do this. But with freeze drying, it's like you take out the essential organy bits, you take out and clean the skeleton like normal, but you don't have to take off like the skin and the
Yeah.
muscle structure. That all stays connected, and you just kind of stuff all that
Do
shit.
you think you could skin the cat and then freeze dry it and just have a skinless freeze dried like cat?
I think
Sure.
it would the
You just
the
shave it, though,
trick
wouldn't you?
about
No, I want to see the muscle. I just
Oh.
want it to be like
the trick
muscle.
about freeze drying is it does actually like fuck up the skin. It does shrivel and,
Yeah, the
and
f-
gray.
fur covers
it's
it.
the fur, right?
Yeah.
That covers
It's common. So freeze drying animals is common with like reptiles and furry animals.
Yeah.
So reptiles, their skin doesn't wrinkle, or it's already so wrinkled it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, and then animals, it covers it with.
Yeah, I'd imagine like birds, the feathers would just like fall
I don't.
off?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wilt or I'm not sure. Well, actually, I think it would be fine. I pulled up an article. I kind of disappeared for a second because I got sucked in.
Sure. Suck us in.
About freeze drying. So there's this particular fellow who does this in the States. It says it costs about $500 to $700 to have an average sized dog stuffed.
That's not
with cotton
that
and freeze dried. That's
bad.
American, I guess. So you know.
That's
Take that
that's
into
pretty fucking
account.
Add some
good.
taxes to that. You looking
Yeah.
at 900 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, approximately.
Is your Louis vet bill gonna just transfer over to that now?
Oh, I would rather pay to have him freeze dry than for him to live. Yes, absolutely.
In this position right here, right?
Yeah, adorable. Oh, he's showing us
He's showing off his belly and his balls.
little belly, or where his balls used to be.
Where his little balls used to be, ball sack.
It says here that he received a prized rooster, a hairless rat, and other odd requests. The one that stopped me was like, I was like, what the fuck? This is from an ABC News article, so you know.
Yeah.
The Family Channel.
It was one Texas woman paid a few $100s to have him pose her deceased spider monkey with an empty can of her late husband's favorite beer glued to his hand. She then wanted for her husband's ashes poured into the empty can.
Yeah. I was hoping you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know,
that
maybe
makes me.
I'm fitting into a
We've
category
talked-
by wanting this.
That makes me violently
A person?
uncomfortable.
We've talked about our ideal funerals, and mine has just changed to that.
Yeah, to be poured
I want to
into
be. I want to be in a beer
of
can, being held by a stuffed frozen monkey.
Yeah.
I cannot express how uncomfortable that makes me feel. It's not. I cannot easily put it into
Do you
words.
think he like the husband requested that?
I think
Or
that maybe
she was
the
just
wife
like-
took that one on.
I think
Feel like
once-
that's a decision she's making.
once one's dead. This is the kind of couple that owned a spider monkey together.
Also a good, yeah. Well, maybe
They
she got
probably
the
asked,
monkey.
He probably asked for weirder shit.
I kind of
they
imagine
didn't
that she
end up
got the
doing.
monkey after the husband died to replace the husband, and then the monkey died, and then she was already had the ashes and was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, the math checks out.
I love the monkey as much as I love the husband.
Yeah, the math checks out.
You know what? Fuck it. If you want to do that with your pet, that's
Yeah, really,
Well, I
ultimately.
Yeah, it's your $200,
you know,
man.
we
I-
were
I
we
think-
were pro for the extreme taxidermy of humans.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's
true.
Like
And yeah.
the extreme embalming.
I mean, really, taxidermy in general, I do find it kind of interesting, which is, I guess, kind of
Fucking
ironic since
love
I don't eat
taxidermy.
meat, but I'm like, taxidermy's neat.
I think taxidermy is a gentle art.
It's fucking
It is definitely an
difficult.
art.
You know-
I'll give it that.
You don't appreciate good taxidermy until you see bad taxidermy, and it looks very fucking hard.
Like just on the topic of like really bad taxidermy.
Oh, it's just that the difference between taxidermy and freeze drying is enormous because
Yep.
you don't have to rebuild the structure of the skeleton.
Totally.
Look it up.
Well, like-
Freeze dried pets look
Future.
fucking incredible.
Yeah, and the amount of like manipulating that they have to do with taxidermy, like they stuff.
Yeah.
They stuff. It's not just like sawdust packed in there. It's like they basically have to be sculptors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they'll pack what they used to use really commonly.
I think the bad ones do use sawdust.
Yes,
And
They
that's
re-
why you get the
I think
lumpy
even,
weird.
Even the good ones will fill like the remaining cavity with some kind of sawdust.
Yeah, something
Just to make it
you
lighter.
don't need the shape. Yeah.
But a lot of really old taxidermy specimens were super heavy because they were modeled out of clay. They're
Oh, that makes
stuffed.
sense.
They're stuffed with like wet clay,
Yeah.
and then like shaped,
Yeah.
and then eventually once they dry, they stuff the rest of the cavity with
Yeah.
whatever. Now they don't use clay; they use like polyurethane
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff, so like resins, and they basically have molds
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. They'll make a mold of the dead thing in a pose, and then they'll like do a whole taxidermy thing, lay the skin of the corpse in, and then start assembling it in the mold.
Yeah.
And then pour polyurethane in there.
That makes sense.
It's like, I think, the most common way of doing
Yeah.
it. But like freeze drying is just so much simpler.
Yeah.
You
It
basi-
does take longer.
Yes.
How long does it take?
Sometimes weeks,
Yeah.
months.
Depending on
I
the
imagine
size,
it's
I
probably
suppose.
cheaper though. Like from what you quoted us with, like the one girl.
Well,
got
because you
some
just
fr-
need the machine, right? And then you would just throw them in there.
Yeah. Like what? You're talking about like a cat, like
Just-
all in Canadian dollars, like maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
There's taxidermy shops that I'm sure charge so much more than that.
Yeah, because
Oh, it says it takes months,
Yeah.
according to the article
So
from the spider monkey with the beer can.
of course. Yeah. The time honored source.
Yeah, because
of
if you
Spider Monkey
It's got to be
beer
true.
can guy.
I do believe that. I've read that elsewhere as well.
Oh, yeah.
It takes
No,
months.
I believe
it's
it.
slow process.
because you fuck it up
And
if
painful.
you dehydrate it too quickly, right? I would imagine.
I guess so.
It was just
Or
turned
there's
into
just so much
California
moisture.
Yeah,
raisin.
you just want to
There's
make
just so
sure
much
it's
stuff
in
done
there.
all the way.
Yeah, 'cause
Otherwise,
even
you're
like
gonna
a
have
little bit-
decaying body on
Yeah,
your
that's true.
hands.
Yeah, even a little bit of trace moisture in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a rotten cat on your mantle.
Yep.
Which is the last
or a
thing I want.
prized rooster, as the case may be.
Or your prized spider monkey and beer can.
Yeah.
With your husband in it.
Oh,
I still think taxidermy is so weird. To me, like, even like the tasteful like mounted trophies and stuff I've seen is just like,
tasteful.
yeah, like, I'm using that term very loosely. Like, it's still just like a haunted house, like haunted painting thing, where their eyes follow you.
They're a
And
body.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
a body.
I
Yeah,
know,
no,
it's-
it's strange.
it's so strange to me.
But what about like rugs, like a bear rug or anything
Still
like
very-
that? Does that
pretty
freak you
strange.
out? What if it didn't have the head on it?
Less so,
Less so?
much less.
Just like the face.
It's the face and the eyes, I think, that really
Yeah.
don't do it for me.
Yeah.
They really don't do it for me.
I find them kind of fascinating.
See, I like being
going-
around bodies. So,
yeah, and to
you
each
know,
their own. Girlfriend.
I like feeling dominant over nature.
Right. I like being in touch with my mortality in such a way that I surround myself with dead things.
Yeah, but only in a context where I'm dominating it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kinky.
That's
I was gonna say.
that's what trophies are, right?
Definitely.
Is just a display
Celebration
of your
of
dominance
domination.
over nature.
That's true, yeah.
Right?
I mean, any trophy, a bowling trophy, you dominated the other team.
Yeah.
You dominated that lane.
Dominance.
You dominated those frames. We got to go bowling sometime, guys.
Yeah, it sounds really fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hey.
Speaking of games,
Oh, yeah, let's
do
play
you
a
guys
game.
want to play a game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd love to.
All right.
First, I want to, just real quick, because we talked about the spider monkey with the beer can.
Yes.
I got to show you guys this fucking... I was trolling Yelp, as I do, as I want to do.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I found this one fucking place that has really good reviews. So many 5-star reviews. And one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's Living Design Taxidermy. Doesn't matter where it is. Somewhere in the States. Somewhere in California.
Mm-hmm.
And this one guy, oh my God, he took a squirrel to this taxidermy shop, and he specifically asked for them to pose it in such a way that it could hold his toothbrush.
Ha! Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. I would love a squirrel toothbrush holder.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you fucking would. Totally.
It's so funny. It's just got his paws out, like it's got a little serving platter. Yeah.
Oh,
He-
so I
he
thought
also
that
puts his phone in
arms
it.
would be. I for the listener, I thought his arms would be posed in sort of a ring.
That's
like
kind of
maybe
what I
like
pictured
a
too.
closed hug shape.
I think this is more
But he's actually holding his arms
It's-
more kind of flat, like a serving tray.
like a serving
yeah,
platter.
like those like statues of the
Yeah.
chefs that when you walk
It's
into
more
restaurants.
utilitarian
And
because
you-
he's also got pictures of it holding his very dated, like clamshell flip phone.
Yeah.
It's just so cute to me.
Did you want to go ahead and do this quiz?
Yeah, all right. So I brought in a game. It's game time. Game
It's
time.
game
That was a terrible horn.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
I know.
It's game time.
Like a cat in heat.
All right, let's play a fucking game already.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Please,
So,
God.
this game,
This could go in a while.
this is
My
this
ears.
is pet death trivia. And so
death trivia.
basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to read the synopsis taken from IMDb of a movie where a pet, full disclosure, a couple of them, pet might be iffy, but animal
Animal movies.
dies or is killed. And you two have to guess the movie. Some of them are going to be real easy. Some of
Yep.
them are going to be difficult.
Throw us some gimmies first.
I kind of ordered them so the first ones will be a little bit
Sure.
easier.
And are we competing?
yes. So,
So you'll ask
what I
one of
think-
us specifically.
No, I think what we're going to do here is I'll read it out, and then you guys buzz in by saying, you say Jazz, you say Rob.
I think we should do it like Family Feud style, where someone gets the question, and if they can't get it,
but some
other
of them are
person
going to be
can
pretty
guess.
easy, I think.
you
And
just
then
throw
so
us
it'll
each a
just be
gimme.
like,
You just throw us
No,
each a gimme.
Rob's the host. He gets to.
this is my game, damn it.
Fine. I just think we should have established rules first.
Yeah, maybe. What
What are we going to use as buzzers?
You say Rob and you say Jazz.
Okay.
Okay.
All right?
That's not too confusing.
Or you just did like, got it.
Me.
Okay, let's start with. All right, so I got 15 here.
Okay.
That's more than I expected.
That's a lot.
That's many more than I
This
expected.
is like an exam.
I went hard.
Yeah, this isn't a quiz anymore.
But like I said, some of them you were gonna get like
Sure.
buzz in halfway.
I'm
through
zoning
the
in.
synopsis.
I'm
we're
totally
here.
zoned in.
So number 1, young Travis Coates is left to take care of the family ranch where his mother and younger brother, while his father goes off on a cattle drive in the 1860s.
Me,
Was that a
Old
buzzer?
Yeller.
Yeah, that's Old Yeller.
Okay. See, I've never seen Old Yeller.
Fuck yeah.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I actually.
So I was like, the name.
Cattle drive.
The name.
I did. I edited some of these, so like character names or anything like that. That's gonna give it away. Obviously, aren't in there.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. This is another pretty easy one. After their wedding, newspaper writers John and Jennifer Grogan moved to Florida.
Me. Marley and me?
Yep. Oh fuck. All right. You guys are tied up, 1 for 1.
I
gotta
heard
do-
Florida and I was like,
Could do 13 more of these. Good God.
This is number 3. This one's a little bit trickier, I think. It's one of the first ones I thought of, but it's not like a huge movie.
okay.
This movie is based on a book about the adventurous story of a young boy and his dream for his own red bone hound hunting dogs. Set in the Ozark Mountains during the Great Depression, Billy Coleman works hard and saves his earnings for 2 years to achieve his dream of buying 2 coonhound pups. He develops a new trust in God as he faces overwhelming challenges and adventure and tragedy roaming to the river bottom of Cherokee County with Old Dan and Little Ann. I actually left the names in that one because this one's trickier.
Yeah.
The story follows the inseparable trio as they romp relentlessly through the Ozarks, trying to tree the elusive ghost raccoon. I rarely see tree
This
as a verb.
sounds silly.
Their efforts prove victorious as they win the coveted Gold Cup in the annual Coonhound contest, captured wily ghost coons, and bravely fight a mountain lion. I've never said coon so much. It
Me,
makes me
me,
uncomfortable
me.
when we're actually talking about it.
Coonhounds.
Me.
Go for it.
I guess Rob. I'm going to say Coonhound Adventures.
No.
Okay.
Jasmine, you got a guess? There's a little bit more here. Billy
Yeah.
realizes the meaning of true friendship, loyalty, and more.
Oh.
That wasn't that much more.
Now
yeah.
you got it?
Oh, it's a pet story about adventure?
Idea.
Where
Yeah.
the red fern grows.
Oh, fuck
I have
me.
no idea.
Yeah,
I would never
I've
have
heard of
gotten
it.
that.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I
but
remember we
never-
watched it in school in grade 8. It's very sad.
Well, you had a
Yeah, they're
depressing
all
childhood.
sad for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a
Pretty
null.
much all of them. So
That's a null.
All right, so it's
Yeah.
still tied 1-1.
That means we could potentially tie,
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
which
And
would
then
be
you
nice.
guys have to fist fight.
Sure.
Yeah, we get the fight to the death.
All right, number 4. With the untimely death of his beloved wife still bitter in his mouth.
Me. John Wick.
Yeah.
Ah.
I didn't even get to, I didn't even
any
get
more
to
than
say
that.
assassin. I figured I'd make it to this expert former assassin.
No,
but-
I heard wife dead, and then I was like, he's going to get a pet.
Yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Damn, that would have been one of the ones I could actually get.
Sorry.
But I
Sniped
think
ya.
You might get this one too.
You assassinated me.
I did.
All right. Charlie B. Barkin, played by Burt Reynolds, a rascally German shepherd with a shady past.
Oh, me.
Oh,
All dogs go to heaven.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
Adam dressed as Charlie 2 Halloweens ago.
Yeah, and like
Oh,
as soon as
really?
you said,
You
as soon
fucking
as you
killed
said,
it. I gotta show you the costume. It's
as soon as
amazing.
you said Bill Murray, I was like, I know.
I didn't say
this-
Bill Murray.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt
Burt Reynolds, sorry.
You silly
You always
lady.
get those two confused.
I do. They're so similar.
All right, so tied up 2-2. This one is a tricky one because it's not necessarily an important part of the film.
Oh,
But you might get it just by the synopsis.
okay.
The protagonist of this film is a handsome, well-educated, intelligent man. He is 27 and living his own American dream. He works by day on Wall Street, earning a fortune to complement the one he was born with. At night, he descends into madness as he experiments with fear and violence. Ooh.
That's it. You didn't even mention a pet.
No, because it's not like huge in the movie. Like it's a pet death that's in the movie, but it's not like a major plot point.
Oh, I have no idea. Sounds spooky though.
I think you guys will be a little frustrated when I tell you.
Me.
Okay,
American Psycho.
you fucking got it.
What?
He's a psycho,
He kills.
Works on Wall Street.
There's
and
a
he
scene
kills
where
it.
he like walks down like a alley and there's a homeless guy with a dog.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
He
and
does
he stabs
kill
the homeless
dog.
guy and he like stomps the dog.
Yeah,
he
to
does
death.
he
stomp the
curb
dog.
stomps the dog.
Yeah.
That movie.
Rough, dude. Thanks for that one.
Rough stuff.
Yeah.
This one-
Because dogs, rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because dogs make that sound.
Roof.
What do you, me?
roof Steve.
Yeah, what do you do?
All right. So, what are we at here? This is number 6,
Oh,
and
gosh.
Rob is ahead by 1.
This is actually number 7 because we skipped one.
No, I incorporated that. There's 5 down there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right. So, Robert Neville is a scientist who was unable to stop the spread of a terrible virus that was incurable.
Oh, me.
Oh.
I Am Legend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that one really got me. When that dog died in that movie, I was like,
It's rough.
Yeah, we
It's
should probably put a spoiler alert at the beginning of this quiz. God damn.
oh yeah.
Too late.
Whatever.
If you haven't seen I Am Legend by now, fuck you and fuck your spoilers.
Yeah.
And
It's one of the
also,
best apocalypse
watch
movies ever.
Omega Man or Last Man on Earth because they have like a way better ending.
Last Man on Earth is really good.
I haven't seen the end of it.
Or not Last Man on Earth.
Don't
sorry.
spoil it if it has pets in it.
No, I think it's also called Last Man on Earth, but it's like it's the
Not-
like 50s movie with
Not the
Vincent
TV
Price.
show.
Oh.
That's based on the book, the same book as I Am Legend. But
Huh.
the actual endings from the book are way better than what they did in the movie.
I see.
Anyway,
Meandering.
having discovered they could turn animals invisible, a group of scientists test the subject on a human. Head of
Me,
research,
me.
Dr.
Hollow Man.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Hollow Man.
I think about that movie a lot.
Me too.
Why?
Really?
Why?
I think about it a lot too. That had like a major effect on me.
That changed how I saw Kevin Bacon
Yeah,
forever, and
it's
now
so creepy
it's
in it.
there. I can't get rid of it. That's
Full
basically
disclosure.
Like me and,
I think
uh,
there happens to be 2 Kevin Bacon movies on this list.
Kind of like me and John Travolta with
Hot
Face
tip.
Off.
Oh, yeah, that
it
movie's
completely changed
wild.
how I thought about John Travolta.
He's so rapey in it.
yeah, but he's
super
but
creepy.
he's supposed to be the good guy.
Yeah.
That movie fucked me up.
Yeah. No, he's the bad guy.
Well,
for
he
most of
plays the bad
movie.
guy for
Yeah.
most of it, but he's the good guy.
Yeah.
Which fucked me up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, Kevin.
don't
Yeah,
have to talk
Hollow
about
Man.
Face
There's
Off.
that like it's just
We'll
so.
talk about it some other time.
Sure.
Hollow Man is also very
I'd love
rapey
to.
and creepy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think that really stuck with
Extremely
me.
creepy,
Really
yeah.
imprints
Like
on
the
you.
invisible hand on the boob.
It's to the
I
point.
watched it with my dad in
Yeah.
the theater. That was also very uncomfortable, which is maybe why it's always stuck
Sure.
with me.
It's to the point where it's like I ask people what their superpower would be, and if they say invisibility, I assume
Oh,
that
yeah.
I don't want to be friends
You
with
assume
them.
they're a
would not.
pervert.
Or that they're just up to shady shit. You
Yeah.
know, like they want to be invisible so they can like fucking walk into banks and shit.
Or
Or,
just
Hang
like
out naked in the
overhear
bathroom.
what people are saying about them or whatever.
Yeah,
That's the same
exactly.
thing when people are like, "I want to read minds." I was like, "I never want to read what
no,
people
fuck
think
it.
about me."
You want to
I
fly
don't know
or
that.
you want to have super strength. Other than that, you're a psycho.
I mean, if you don't want teleportation, I don't know how to talk to you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down with that. That's in the same
No,
category
because
as flying.
teleportation, I would get real out of shape and real fat and probably not live very long because I would never walk.
Walk. anywhere.
I'm already there.
Yeah, what do you,
Yeah, you're
what
just
do you
adding-
got to lose? You
you're
could
just
just
adding teleportation.
die of obesity in Europe.
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I could die of obesity anywhere I
Anywhere
fucking
you want.
Want. Yeah, the power.
Power.
All right. So next one here. This one is a little bit trickier too. I think. Disgraced journalist Michael Blomkvist investigates the disappearance of a wealthy patriarch's niece from 40 years ago. He is aided by a pierced, tattooed punk computer hacker named Lisbeth Salander. As they work together in the investigation, Blomkvist and Solander uncover immense corruption beyond anything they have ever imagined.
Oh, these names are so familiar. These names are so
Do we
familiar.
have a hint of any kind?
I can tell you that
Who's the actor in it?
I will tell you Lisbeth Salander is played by Rooney Mara.
Oh, fuck, I don't know
Yeah.
that shit.
Maybe I don't know.
Help me out.
One more hint.
Help us out.
Just help me.
only help Jasmine.
Only help me.
Blomkvist is played by Daniel Craig.
Oh, no. I've got nothing.
Can you say the entire synopsis again?
Disgraced journalist Michael Blomkvist investigates the disappearance of a wealthy patriarch's niece from 40 years ago. He is aided by a pierced, tattooed punk computer hacker named Lisbeth Salander, played by Rooney Mara. As they work together in the investigation, Blomkvist and Salander uncover immense corruption beyond anything they've ever imagined. You guys give up?
Yeah, I give up.
You want to take a guess?
What is Casino Royale?
Not Jeopardy, but thank you. Want to guess?
Like one of the tattoo movies, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo or
Yeah,
something.
you got it.
Oh, fuck. He is in that.
I know I saw that movie.
Yeah, this one I didn't remember. And
Fuck me. Yeah, you're...
this one I didn't
You're too
remember
up on me right
specifically, but it's I guess there's like a
I
pet
was
cat
like,
that's
what's
killed.
another
and-
movie
Yeah.
I've seen
Put up
Daniel
as a
Craig
message.
in? Any
Yeah, right.
other movie I've seen Daniel Craig in?
God fucking damn it.
All right, so Jasmine it's 5-3 for Jasmine right now.
Wow, rub it
Falling
in.
behind here.
Ooh, brag.
It's still pretty close.
Brag
All right,
about
this
it.
one is a tricky one too.
You said that about
Yeah, but I've been pretty.
like 6 of the 8 ones that we would list.
No, just 3, and 2 of them were.
And the
You-
ones
you
that we
got Hollow
struggled
Man
with.
real quick.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe you guys. I just feel like a lot of people don't know this movie.
What is Balto?
Does he?
You
Do
know
we
what?
get points if we just
You're
shadow
kind of
things?
you're
and-
kind of on the right track.
Okay.
An animated adaptation of Richard Adams' novel about a pair of dogs, Snitter and Ralph, who escape from a research laboratory and try to survive in the wild with the help of a cunning fox. The lab director tries to keep the escape quiet, but as an increasing number of sheep are found killed, word leaks out, together with rumors that the dogs might be plague carriers.
That sounds heavy as shit.
It's one of the most fucked up, saddest movies I've ever seen.
Is that
Cartoon.
animated?
Yeah.
Good lord. Not for me,
Um,
thanks.
It's made by the same people that made Redwall.
Oh, Redwall's
Oh,
also
yeah,
very,
that's hardcore,
it's very
too.
sad.
Yeah.
I don't got this one.
You guys might not know this movie.
No, I don't know this one.
Me. What is White Fang?
Oh, I like with
Oh,
the Balta
yeah.
angle.
I like where you're going with that, but
Because it's kind of like Balto, but it's
Yeah.
not.
No.
Dang it.
I don't think White Fang was that depressing.
No.
Jasmine, you got
Neither
guess?
was Balto.
I got no
really.
guess this time.
This. It's the Plague Dogs. It's like
I've
Fuck,
never
we could have
fucking
just
heard
guessed
of it.
that.
Yeah, we should have just.
We could have
Yeah,
guessed that.
we
It's a
could
good-
have
easy.
easily guessed that.
A joke guess would have got that.
yeah, like at the end it does say the dogs might be plague carriers.
Happy Time Plague Dogs.
But it's a good movie. I recommend it, but it's sad as shit.
So we've established that me and Jasmine are both not great at this.
No, you guys are
Jasmine's
doing pretty
just
good.
better.
You've only missed 2, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's horrible. It's fine.
Right.
We're doing good.
All
That's
right.
great.
Next one. Scott has 3 days left in a local police department before he moves to a bigger city to get some real cases, not just misdemeanors. Then Amos Reed is murdered, and Scott sets himself on the case.
fuck.
The closest thing to a witness in the case is Amos Reed's dog, which it's
Me?
Yeah,
Turner and Hooch?
yeah.
Fuck that.
I've never seen it.
I was waffling on it.
It used to be on like TBS. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot, and I've only seen bits and
It's
pieces
like
of
cop
it.
dog.
It is a cop
Yeah.
dog. Turner
Spoiler for
and
that.
Hooch.
Uh,
What is Chips?
Hooch gets shot. His chips. All right, here we go.
Hooch gets shot. Like how you just drop that in there and
Yeah,
just like
dog
It
gets
does.
shot.
Yeah. Sorry,
dog
guys.
dies. Dog always dies. That's what they're for in movies.
Well, more recently, it's like dog gets
They're-
mortally wounded, and then you see it in the last scene in like a
Yeah, they
person's
don't-
hospital
I was
bed.
actually kind of surprised by how many like movies had dogs dying. 'Cause I
This is a
don't-
slow burn for me there, Rob. Got me in the end.
All right,
It's
ready?
true though. I've seen it.
The
They
thing
put
is,
it. They
it's
put
like
him in a real person hospital bed.
dogs are like the only way in our culture where men are allowed to feel feelings.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
they use dogs as the feeling catalyst
It's
so men
definitely-
can cry.
That or like daddy issues. You throw like a dad character into
Yeah.
into a
But
show.
dogs more.
I think you're
well,
probably
yeah, a
right.
dog is like a dog death is always used as like, oh, this is either going to
This
show
will
that
trigger you
person's
emotionally.
evil, or that this is going to make the audience real
Yeah.
sympathetic to the character because this is sad. Like it's a real instant like make people
Yeah, but-
feel how you want them to feel.
But
Anyway,
men are
I'm-
allowed to cry over their dog. I've known men who cry over their dead dogs and don't cry over like dead family members.
doing-
you know,
Yeah.
when
like
I was
human
doing
family
when I was
members.
doing when I was doing research.
oh Rob, he's all shut down inside.
I got the armor up.
I got the armor up. No,
I'm
when
safe.
I like that's actually one of the in the research. One of the guys that ran one of the pet cemeteries said that he's like I regularly get people coming in being like I am way more torn up about my pet dying than I was about my parents dying or whatever.
Something about
So it happens
pets,
all the time.
you imprint part of yourself onto them.
I think so.
Yeah,
And you will
it's like a
you're
part
allowed to
of-
be vulnerable with them without fear of judgment or retaliation.
Yep.
Totally.
Wow, way
Which
to
is
cut me
hard for
deep,
men.
huh?
All right, Few more left here.
Yeah, we've got a landslide victory at this point, I think, already. But
No,
I'm
it's
still.
You're still
I'm in
hanging
the-
on.
You could come back and win it.
Yeah,
I'm
if
in
you get the
totally
next,
cool.
if you get all the rest of
If you
these,
get the next 7 in a row,
there's 4 left. If you get all 4 of them, then you win.
All
If you
right.
get 3 of them, you tie. It
All
is
right.
6-3 for Jasmine right now.
here we go.
A young boy who lives a dreary life being tormented by school bullies.
Me.
Some-
Shiloh.
No.
Fuck.
Do you want me to read a little bit more?
Keep going.
On one such occasion, he escapes into a bookshop where the old proprietor reveals an ancient storybook to him, which he is warned can be dangerous. Shortly after, he borrows, in quotes, the book and begins to read it in the school attic where he is drawn into a mythical land.
Me. Never ending story?
That's it.
Dang it.
No.
Dang it.
It's all right. It's all right. You still got
I'm
a
fine.
chance.
Just add 3 more movies.
Yeah, and like in that one, it's the horse and the pit of despair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, where he's
rough.
like, keep trying.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
the horse's name? Atticus? No. The kid,
Atticus
the kid is
Finch.
Atreyu. And then the horse is...
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it since I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and I think most of what I know about it is just people
Talking about
talking
it.
about
yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah,
It's one of
totally.
those ones.
something like Balthazar or something like biblical, isn't it?
Balthazar is a character in it. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's the horse.
Isn't that the
No, that's
flying
the
white
dog.
guy?
That's the dog.
Yeah.
The long dog. Old long dog Balthazar.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Long boy.
Ready?
No.
Here we go. 300 years have passed since these sisters were executed for practicing dark witchcraft. Returning to life thanks to a combination of a spell broken before their demise and the accidental actions of Max, the new kid in town, the sisters have but one night to secure their continuing existence.
Bewitched?
No.
Fuck.
You're overthinking it, man.
I'm striking out a lot here.
Any guesses?
I wasn't listening. I was looking up the horse for.
Oh
the
my
next
god,
story.
Jasmine. She knows that she's already swept
It's
it.
our tax. That's
Artax. That's
that's
what it
the
is.
horse.
That's the horse, right?
Great.
I knew it was an A.
Yep.
You want to just guess? You want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you'll get this one. 300 years have passed since these sisters were executed for practicing dark witchcraft. Returning to life thanks to a combination of a spell broken before their demise and the accidental actions of Max, the new kid in town, the sisters have but one night to secure their continued...
Me. Hocus Pocus.
Yep.
I feel like that's
Binks!
like I was
Binks!
I
No,
was
Binks!
I was like thinking of
You were so close.
I just got the name of the movie wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You were thinking of Hocus Pocus? but-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I could see that Bewitched, yeah. All
Got
right.
mixed up.
Here we go.
Bewitched.
Last 2. There might be a pet death in that, too. I don't know.
Don't internalize this.
I'm not
Like,
good.
it's
I'm not
really-
good at being on the spot trivia. I'm better at like pub trivia where you get to write shit
You
down.
get
We
to-
should
yeah.
do that too sometime. That would
Yeah,
be
we
fun.
should. That'll be fun.
Yeah, activities.
All right, here we go. Last 2. During an exploration in Antarctica, a group of researchers come across a Norwegian facility near their research station. They soon come to realize something terrible has happened there. After discovering that the Norwegians had stumbled across something horrific, they leave, but something comes back with them. I mean, come on, you guys. How many movies take place in Antarctica?
Is this the one with the
3.
wolves?
I
Is it wolf related?
not really.
Okay.
No.
I'm thinking about that Liam Neeson one with the wolves.
Oh, The Gray.
The Gray.
Where he fights, it ends with him about to fight a wolf, and then that's it.
Yeah, The Gray is a very good movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Um,
I
They're
would
like
prefer that over
vampire
Taken.
wolves, right? They like.
Well, it's just like hunting him and like they like crash a plane, I think, in it, and there's like wolves hunting him down, and the people he's with. I just remember he like smashes some little like alcohol bottles he got from the plane and like puts them in like the little tiny ones and puts them in between his fingers because he's gonna alcohol bottle punch the wolf to death. I guess
yep,
it's badass.
that's the idea.
Anyway, any guesses?
So they're in the Arctic.
Norwegian.
Norwegian is a word that Jordan said
Who's on there?
at one point.
I did say it.
I'm realizing how little movies I watch. How many of these did you pick that are just like niche horror movies?
Not that many.
I know.
What is it?
This is
really
a
interesting.
popular one.
Really?
I'm realizing now that like except for John Wick, most of them
And
are
it's
pretty
about
old.
an animal.
It's got an animal death in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing that follows them back isn't necessarily an animal.
Right, but it kills an animal probably.
Fuck it. Joke answer. Alien Covenant.
No.
Don't look at me.
Rob, you literally said the title in the sentence. You said the thing that follows them back.
Oh.
It's the thing.
The Thing.
The Thing.
Although there's like the sled dogs that get killed in it.
Aww.
Yeah, it's very. That one's less sad. It's more
I
horrific.
don't like that. I don't like
Right.
it. I don't like it. I don't
So
like
it's
it
better.
war movies when the horse gets killed.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Like old timey war
I mean, a lot of
scenes.
horses died.
That's true.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they're fucking.
I heard France
They're
is
not
like half
part
horse
of
now.
this.
Huh.
Just all the horse corpses.
Yeah. That's why they make
Well, the
such good
horses.
wine.
Corpses.
It's the
Corpus.
nitrites.
Horses.
The
Corpses?
nitrites from
Horses? Corpses?
the nitrites from the horse corpses really affected
That's
the,
how you get
the
that
terroir.
Yeah, that's how you get that good wine.
That's why French wine is so
I didn't
good.
realize you were a sommelier.
I'm not.
Ooh, I didn't realize that you would remember the word for that.
Neither
I
did I.
didn't.
I didn't realize you were a Salamamamale.
I didn't know you were a soliloquy.
Anyway.
All right, and this is the last one for all the marbles.
Yeah. For the one remaining marble.
All right. A shy boy is unable to make friends in Yazoo City, Mississippi in 1942. Until his parents give him a terrier puppy for his 9th birthday. The dog becomes well known and beloved throughout the community and enriches the life of the boy, Willie. As he grows
Me
into...
again. Because this one is Shiloh this time.
No.
Isn't it? Fuck!
Nope.
Who's
one's
Shiloh?
Shiloh? Shiloh
Pretty
dies.
damn close. Does Shiloh die? I can't remember.
I don't
dies.
remember
I
Shiloh.
know the
I
mo-
assume
I
he
don't
does.
remember it.
He has to, right?
Like,
They all
like,
do.
all
That's
pet
what it
dog
is.
movies
It's feeling
does
porn.
end.
I don't
yeah,
know
it
why
does
I
end
got
with a dog
Shiloh on
death.
the brain today. Maybe
Yeah,
I watched a lot of
Except for
Shiloh
Homeward
LaBeouf.
Bound. They don't die in Homeward Bound.
Nope.
No.
Because
They
there's
make
a
it
second
home.
one. They make it home and then they get lost again.
Yeah, in the
Because
city.
they made a second one.
The second time,
Yeah,
I think.
It's true.
Which kind of defeats the purpose.
Yep.
Anyway, you got any guesses, Jasmine?
No.
310 to Yuma.
It's My Dog Skip.
Oh, fuck,
Oh.
so
I don't
close.
know that one
Yeah.
at all.
Basically
No
the same
attachment to
movie,
that.
just slightly less depression.
Yeah, basically.
I'm
Yeah.
the
Different time
wiener.
period.
I win.
And Jasmine takes
Jasmine-
it home 8-3.
Oh, God. Just put me in the
It
ground.
started out close.
It did.
Started
It
out
was real neck and neck when the
There
movies
was
were
like
really
a
easy.
lot of them I haven't seen that I've just sort of heard about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like I did make sure, except for a couple of them, I like my YouTube search history is now a lot of this dead dog scene.
Yeah.
This dead dog
Yeah,
scene.
you kind of sewered your
Yeah.
your algorithm there.
So that's gonna be fun.
Also, I sort of read synopsis instead of
Watching
synopses
movies?
instead of watching them.
Synopsi.
yeah,
I do
know
that a
people
lot.
do that.
I sometimes I do that while I'm watching a movie and then ruin the movie I'm watching.
Yeah.
And then
I
completely
often-
lose interest in
I
it because
al-
I Wikipedia it.
I have to stop myself sometimes from going into trivia while I'm
Yeah.
watching a movie.
I very often I'll spoil movies for myself because I find like how they were made to be more interesting than watching
Yeah,
them.
totally. Or where they're
Depends on the
filmed and
movie.
shit.
And so
Yeah.
I started hearing about Parasite, the
Oh, don't talk to me
Bong
about
Joon
it.
Ho movie.
I haven't seen it yet. That one.
Me
I
neither.
wanna see.
Me neither. But I had the strength of character enough to stop
To
watching and reading articles about it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, like something like that is one
This
where
could be
I'm
bad.
like, I'm not going to. I don't want to know anything about it. I want to watch it. Good movies, I guess is what I'm saying. Good movies, I want to watch without knowing anything about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other movies, I don't really give a shit about. I don't really give a shit
I saw
about.
District 9 without knowing anything
Me
about
too.
it because
Great
I was in
movie.
a super small I was in Jasper at the time, and it's basically like what's in the theater, that's what you watch.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about it, and I was there with my friend Kendall, who you've both met at this point, and our other friend Lindsay, and we were like on the edge of our seats. We're like, what the fuck is this movie?
It's a
And
great
our
movie.
third friend, she just like doesn't do serious stuff, and she was just like, so you guys want to get out of here? And we're like, what
What?
the
Are
fuck?
you-
Really?
Like, we are fully engrossed here. Like,
Yeah,
why?
we are
Yeah.
engaged.
I had that experience.
married to this movie
with
now.
Cabin in the
loved
Woods.
it.
I didn't know anything about it, and I
Never
don't
seen it.
really like a lot of. I'm very picky about horror movies, and
Mm-hmm.
like just like the.
You seem like an
generic
old
ones.
horror guy.
I for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And like the ones that, and, like now horror's kind of come back around.
Oh,
Like, specifically
yeah.
like practical effects though, but it is like. Yeah, but like I'm picky about it, and I don't like the generic ones. And me and a friend were going to a movie, and he's like, "Let's go see this. I heard it's really good." And I was like, "I don't really want to see okay, fine. And I went in thinking it was just a normal like horror movie, slasher or whatever. And then what it is so much better. And
Is it good?
It's because it's like making fun of all those tropes and turning it on its head, and it's fucking fantastic. I really like
Sweet.
that movie. Joss Whedon's best movie for sure.
You think so?
Damn.
Oh yeah.
High praise.
Totally. All right, you guys.
On that note,
should we do some housekeeping? Do we
Yeah.
have any housekeeping?
not really.
Well, I mean, just thank everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are great.
You're the best. Don't forget to follow us on the social medias.
Yeah. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Yeah, that tag is at Death Pod on the Twitter, the Instagram, Facebook page. We got one of those, Death Pod. If you want to send us an email, if you want to talk about what you would do with your dead pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and be totally honest if you want to comment. How many of Jordan's movie trivias did you get?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear that.
totally.
'Cause-
Or can you
Totally.
think of some other, like, are there some, like, animal deaths in movies that really stuck with you?
I would
Right.
also like to know how people are memorializing their own pets.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Shoebox in the
Remember.
backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you just
Maybe you got
bury
a
it in the ground?
shrine.
Taxidermy meerkat holding a can of Foster's
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
A
No,
tattoo
what is it?
portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe?
Yeah, that's a pretty, I would think
Yeah,
that's probably pretty
that's
common.
gotta happen, right?
And if you want to tell us any of this, yeah, like we said, social media or deathpod@gmail.com.
Well, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
On that note, remember, we're all gonna die, even your pets.
Especially your pets.
Especially your pets, and they're gonna die before you because they don't live as long.
Yeah, many, many times.
Oof.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Oof size large.
Bye now.